Is CD shopping one of your favorite things to do in the entire world? Do you get like completely immersed in the activity that you just forget how much time has gone by? Because that's how I get. I can spend hours in a store. I start to feel bad for the employees because I think maybe they're looking at me and probably wondering if I'll ever leave or if I'll even ever buy anything. Well, I love CD shopping, and in this video, I'm going to talk about the 9 steps that I do every time I go shopping, and maybe they're the same ones or similar to what you do. So, number one is that I always make it an event. I always make it a cool thing that I plan for in advance. I work during the week, and my free time is during the weekend. So when I get out of work on the week, it's pretty late and the stores close at 6. So I'll only have like an hour of shopping, and that's not enough. So I always have to plan it in advance on the weekend. So I like to choose Saturday because Saturday is like the first day of the weekend. And I wake up in the morning and I know, 11 a.m., I'm going to go to the store and spend a few hours there. So I always plan in advance. And so when that day comes, I'm pumped. I'm looking forward to it and I'm on my way there. And I usually go by myself. It's usually a solitary thing. Sometimes I go with friends and then it's cool because then you're both there and you're feeding off of each other's energy and you're showing each other, oh, check this out. No, check this out. So that can be cool too. But for the most part, I do it by myself. So that's number one. Number two is when I get to the store. So I get to the store, and what I do is I do a general sweep. I canvass the entire store. I just kind of walk down the aisle and I stand in front of a section and flip through the different dividers, of the artists and bands, try to see if I find anything cool, cool, cool. I move around, and there's people coming at you from this way, and then you kind of have to like do a weird dance or, you switch sides, and then you keep looking. I also check out the alphabet sections. Like the D section, C, B, things like that for the artists that aren't big enough or they don't have enough of, so they just lump them all under one alphabet letter. I go through there. I just look at stuff. Generally speaking, I mostly spend all my time in the pop rock section or the metal section, of the store. So that's what I do. When I first get there, I kind of do a general canvas to get an idea of what there is. And a lot of times, if I look at artists like that, it will kind of maybe jog something or remind me of an artist to look for, or things like that. Or I might come across something I had not even no intention of buying or looking for. So that's cool too. Number three, I pull out my phone. So, because I'll try to remember some artists that I've been thinking about throughout the week, but it's pretty hard. And oftentimes I forget which artists I was thinking about. Oh, I should get this one and this one. So that's why I write them down on my phone. On my iPhone here, I have an app called Notes. Throughout the week, I'll just if something comes to my mind or I see something on YouTube or social media or a friend of mine mentioned, oh, this band's really good. This artist is, this album's great. Check it out. Oh, all right, cool. I'll check it out. I'll put it in my list. So I pull out my phone and I'm like, all right, what did I want to check out? Cool. And then Deep Purple or something, and then I'll go and check out the Deep Purple section, or I don't know, Guns N' Roses. And if there's a particular album, I'll try to find that one. Much of the time, they don't have it, but then if they do, cool. Then I'll include that CD. I'll take it, I'll grab it, I'll hold on to it. So that's one of my methods too, because there's so many bands and so many artists that I want to check out, but my mind is not a steel trap, so I got to make sure I write them down so I can check them out when I'm at the CD store. And on that point, a lot of people, might say, well, why don't you call it in advance and like see if the CD store has it? That's no fun. That defeats the purpose. Like, I want to go out there and see if I can find it myself. It's kind of like part of the fun of hunting. So that's why, because then otherwise I just would never get out of the house. Number four is that, like many of you, you also look at album covers and you go by what strikes your fancy. Like when you look at it, you know what I mean? Like a cool album cover, I have bought many CDs solely based on how cool the album cover looked. Matter of fact, this CD that I bought over a month ago, I bought it because I really like the cover. I really like the art. Never heard of these guys before, Earthless and Heavy Blanket, but I gave it a go because the cover looked really cool and trippy, and so that's why I bought it, and I ended up liking it. So album covers definitely are very important, especially when you are into rock and metal, because album covers can be good. And also you can also tell what kind of music it is by the album cover. So for example, if it's a guy classical, he's got a classical guitar and there's like a sun in the back, you probably know that dude's going to be a classical guitarist, flamenco or something, or maybe a folk artist or something like that. But if it's like the cover, there's a dragon on it, and there's it's some or like an orc or something like that. I don't know. Then chances are that's probably going to be heavy metal or hard rock from the '70s or something like that. So album covers are very important, and that's one of my steps to one of the things that come into consideration for when I buy a CD. Number 5, Amazon reviews. So I pull out my phone. If I see a cool album cover, or if I see a band that my friend recommended and I'm trying to like decide between which albums to get, I'm going to pull out my phone and I'm going to go on Amazon and I'm going to check out the reviews from the people who have bought the album. Number one, I want to know what kind of music is it. Is it psychedelic rock? Is it thrash metal? Is it 70s hard rock? And then so cool. So I get to find out what kind of music it is, and then I also look at the stars. So if it's 5 stars, great. I mean, that's great, right? If it's 4.5, it's 4 stars. I still, that's still good. But if it's 3 stars, I probably won't get it unless it's a band that I'm a big fan of, and I know that this might be one of the albums that people don't like as much. But since I'm a big fan, I might still get it. So guys, if you like this video so far, please give me a thumbs up and also subscribe to the channel so you can get more videos like this as soon as they come out. Please and thank you. I really appreciate it. So number 6 is I don't listen to the album on streaming services when I'm at the store. So let's say I'm trying to decide, am I, this album right here, like, am I going to get it? I don't go on Spotify. I don't go on YouTube to listen to it, to preview it. I just don't do it. If the record store has a listening station, very few of them do anymore, but CD stores used to have a station with headphones where you can go and listen to them. If it has that, yeah, I'll check it out. But I don't do it on my own accord. Why? Because I think it takes away from some of the surprise and some of the coolness of the magic of you maybe discovering something great once you get home. Because maybe if you listen to a snippet of it on your phone, maybe it doesn't get you right then and there, or maybe you're just not feeling it right then and there. But then if you get it, based on the cover or based on a friend's recommendation or based on the reviews you saw it on Amazon, and then you go home and you listen to it there, it's kind of like a discovery. It's kind of like, I don't know. For me, it's just very, very cool. It's part of the process, discovering new music. And yeah, you might not like the record right away. It might take you a while to like it. Maybe you'll put it aside for a few days or weeks even, but then it might grow on you. And some of my favorite CDs and artists were bands that initially I didn't like, but then they grew on me. So if I listen to them while I'm at the store, I might not even get that CD. But that CD might be one of the coolest CDs I would have ever gotten. It's just that I didn't give it enough of a chance. So that's why I don't stream anything. I just sit there, look at the CD, check out the reviews, and I get it. No Spotify, no nothing. Number 7. So by this point, after you spent maybe an hour, 2 hours, who knows, more at the store, you probably might have a stack of CDs. You might be like walking around the store with like something like this, and it's time to, if you want to get all of them, great. But let's just say you got like a bunch, because you sometimes eat with your eyes, you know what I mean? So then it's time perhaps to thin the herd. So then, oh, and also maybe you got the CD because you don't want anyone else to take the CD. So you just want to hold on to it. And now this is when you thin the herd because it's a big pile. And then, you go through them. Oh, do I want this one? Maybe not. What about this one? Okay, this one's good. Actually, nah, this one I'll set down over here. This one as well. This one I'm definitely keeping. This one too. This one can, nope. There we go. All right, I'm gonna go with these over here. So you thin the herd because as I spent hours looking at CDs, I grabbed a few and just want to make sure I stay within budget for my day or for that particular CD buying session. And then after that part, it's time for you to go and buy them. So you walk to the counter. You walk to the counter and then you give it to the clerk or the teller who's been standing there watching you spend hours, and they're probably glad that you're going to leave the store because they thought you never would. Yeah, you're sitting there and they're tallying up your CDs, bleep, bloop, beep, and if you have like a rewards card or something like that that you can gift to them. See, this is from the CD store that I really like to go to. Then it's like, buy a certain number and then get one for free. Yeah, you don't forget to give this to them, so they can give you that stamp and then you can get your credit whenever you buy the necessary required amount. And then step number 9. So step number 9 is before you go home or on your way home. So before, I would I would ride the train home, and on the train I would be opening the CDs, checking them out, you know. But now I got a car, so I do that in the car. So I'm chilling in my car, and before I go off driving, I gotta look through the CDs that I got because I'm just really excited and I can't wait to open them and see how they are inside, see how they book. So I do a quick little run through of everything. And then when I'm like, satisfied, I'm pretty happy with what I got. And I can't wait to go home and either listen to them right then and there, or maybe I'm gonna be hanging out with some friends later, or I got something planned. So maybe the CD listening experience doesn't happen till later, but then I got like a stack of CDs that I can't wait to try. And if you want to know why I still buy CDs, click on this video right here on your right. Also, leave me a comment. I want to hear from you guys. I love it when you guys leave me a comment. I also want to know where you guys are watching from. I've been getting people and comments from all over the world. It's really, really cool, and all over the US as well. So thank you very much to everyone who's left a comment. I read them all. I try to respond to all of them. Thanks, guys, and I will see you next time or in the next video. Peace.